Pass, don't spill on me, that's Margella. Got this Oakland game to tell her. She look familiar. Like Coachella, what's her name? Isabella, forget it, yeah. It's like a week ago, but we both know how weekends go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Saints coming in at 4-7, going up against the Panthers, who come in at 6-5.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Newton now to throw. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
3rd and 2, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Stewart on first down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From the 50, Newton. Dancing to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now a man who subbed in for Andy Lee down the stretch last year, Michael Pilardi, to kick it away. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. This is Mark Ingram, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Ingram again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, Breeze. Well, this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now the rookie out of Tennessee, this is Alvin Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, Kamara. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Now Breeze on third down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Mario Addison in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the 9th-year man from LSU, Thomas Morstead, on to punt. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Carolina getting set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Back to throw, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Sheds off the tackle. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Easy, check, check, check.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's got room. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. 2nd and 10. Newton again. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But Nick Fairley's on his game. He is your prototypical defensive tackle who can make disruptive plays. Great hands, really good quickness.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Ginn. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Breeze throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Switch. Ready. Under. Slam.
On third down. Here's Kamara. He finds some open field here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still, fourth down upcoming.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To Shepard, complete over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to succeed.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. And Gano's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
To return it, Alvin Kamara. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down at the 22-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Kill, 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 kill. Here we go. Ready? Like 50. Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Here we go.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Ready. 5-9. 2.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
53. You kill. Opposite. 5-8. Easy.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Ready. Run that.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Ready.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They run. It's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta, and it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Here we go.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They start the second half with Kamara. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Second down following the run. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Again, they'll run with Ingram. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
It's caught, Shepard. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. Got some real estate inside the 30. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That one goes for 36 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. The shotgun snap for Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Ready? Hey, kill. 14, 11. 0-2.
From the gun, it's Breeze. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 Short in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, his 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Ingram again, a first down carry. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. A gain of 3, second down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Breeze hands to Ingram. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Here's Newton. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Ready? 95, 56. Check. 5-9. We're waiting.
On second down, Ingram. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Room here to run. Kamara's got the first down and then some. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. Yeah, they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Newton now to throw. And Olsen over the middle. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Carolina first. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now a first down throw for Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll look to throw and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down.
20. 20.
He's back to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Devin Funches with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. A give. This is Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Toss play, Kamara. And he's got some space here. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. Around the NFL fourth quarter right now in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now at the Falcons. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. First throw in overtime for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Now it's Ginn. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And some space here. There he goes, right side. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for New Orleans, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a home date next week